great action there. Josh Alexander showing us why his name was synonymous with those early years of the Premier Championship. Now, we heard in the commentary on that last match that Josh was scheduled to face TYSON DUX at our next event. Josh had secretly been developing some small problems with his neck, but not so secretly, some issues with his ears, cauliflowering of the ears, large hematomas. This would eventually lead to his signature look in the ring, wearing the wrestling headgear that he sports to this very day. But unfortunately, due to those ear issues, he was not able to defend the title at the next event, so we had an interim Premier Championship match, and Brent Banks stepped into the place for Josh Alexander. Let's go check that out right now. Brent Banks takes on TYSON DUX.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the interim Squared Circle Live Premier Championship. Introducing first in the corner to my left, from Windsor, Ontario, weighing in at 225 pounds, this is Cyborg TYSON DUX. And his opponent, standing in the corner to my right, from downtown, weighing in at 191 pounds, it is the All-Starter, BRENT Banks.
And here we go. It is on the main event of the evening for the interim championship here in Squared Circle. TYSON DUX, the Cyborg, against Brent Banks in a match that my broadcast colleague James Corderas made when it was announced that Josh Alexander, the actual title holder, will not be here to defend.
Absolutely. Josh Alexander afraid to face the Cyborg TYSON DUX.
That remains to be seen. That's according to you. That's the alleged answer. But regardless, the Premier Champion not here to defend the belt. An interim championship match being scheduled here between TYSON DUX and Brent Banks. No need for me to ask you who do you favor in this match, James, or who do you think is going to win? But
well, you know, obviously the experience factor goes to the Cyborg TYSON DUX. The guy is well-rounded. He is one of the premier professional wrestlers in the world today.
Well, I'm not going to argue that is true, but Brent Banks has made no less of an impressive showing here in Squared Circle Wrestling in Ontario, Indy. Actually had a chance to see those two wrestle in Nunavut for Blood, Sweat, and Tears Wrestling when they went to Nunavut for the first time, and Brent Banks won the Arctic Championship by beating TYSON DUX, his opponent in this match tonight.
So he does have a psychological advantage maybe going into this matchup. And I will say this about Brent Banks. Brent Banks is very, very good. He's an up-and-comer, and he's quite possibly 1% material.
I have to admit, I'm a little flabbergasted to hear you say anything positive about an opponent of TYSON DUX, but no argument there for me, as you see Brent Banks just escape that leg scissors and pulls on a side headlock on TYSON DUX. The Cyborg, an apt name. TYSON, a heartless, merciless, and really a machine in the ring. Textbook TYSON DUX was his old name, and there's no argument. He does everything excellently well.
Yeah, you know, everybody calls Bret Hart the excellence of execution. The next generation of excellence is TYSON DUX.
TYSON DUX, right now a little standoff between the two opponents. So much on the line here in the interim Premier Championship, and I mean, TYSON has been in this situation many, many times. Brent Banks not so much, but I don't think that's going to be intimidating for him. Brent Banks is a wrestler beyond his years. He's got the maturity and the professionalism of someone who's had a lot more years of experience in the Squared Circle.
Right, we talked about people training overseas, and TYSON DUX definitely been to Japan. You know, he's earned his Ribera jacket, and that's a big deal for anybody who knows what that means.
Absolutely, and wow, TYSON with the strength, obviously advantage, but Brent Banks fired up, got out of that move, that being held down. What a beautiful bridge and an escape. And here we go, they're tied up. And no, Tyson, wow, the crafty veteran that he is, thought he might be losing a little bit of that momentum. Kick to the midsection, and he's got Brent Banks down on the canvas.
Well, that might be one of the areas that Tyson is a little surprised at Brent Banks, because that's one of the things he's worked on is his strength. Brent Banks has really, been to the gym, working out and building up his strength.
You're absolutely right. I mean, when he started out as the all-starter, Brent B, one of the basketball-playing wrestlers, a dual-sport athlete, but since then he's put on so much muscle mass that he can, he's a deceptively strong, very wiry body, and still has not, even with that mass, has not lost his aerial expertise whatsoever.
Absolutely not. He is an aerial force, that's for sure.
Yeah,
and I'm sure before this match is over, we'll see some of his moves break out.
I think you're absolutely right. Here we go. Tyson Dux, though, is using his scientific knowledge, his technical knowledge, and has got Brent Banks wrapped up. Backslide. Wow, only a 2 count there. And Banks over up top. No, and Tyson sits down. Here we go. Action too quick to call. A series of 2 counts. Pinfall attempts. Dukes over the top of the press and Banks up, and it's a stalemate. Wow. And even the referee wiping the sweat off his brow. How exhausting it's got to be for him. Jimmy, a man of your many years, I don't know if you'd be able to handle the pace of this match if you were refereeing this contest.
What are you trying to say there, Bob?
I'm saying you're old and a lot less young than you were.
Well, I would argue that point, but I kind of resemble that remark at this point. That's why I'm here doing commentary with you.
Here we go, a lockup in the center of the ring. And Tyson again with the little bit of the strength advantage. Well, not a little bit, he's certainly got the strength advantage. See, and
actually, clean
wow,
break.
Surprising from Tyson Dux, a clean break. And well, not so much of a surprise that Brent Banks did. I'm surprised to see the sportsmanship out of Tyson Dux, I will admit. Oh, and a blocked kick attempt. Oh, wow, Tyson, a nasty boxing in the ears from behind.
For anybody who doesn't know, that just leaves a ringing in your ears and disorients you.
Well, obviously, the ears are the area center of balance in the human body, and you scramble that up, and you discombobulate your opponent, and he's down, very groggy. Dukes crisscross. Oh, missed a low drop kick. Luckily for him, did not land as hard as he could have. Still able to know where his opponent is, lock him up from behind, but Banks.
See, that comes from, as you said, Bob, these two have faced each other before, so they do know a little bit of their strategies, and not only that, they watch each other too.
Oh, and a beautiful move there by Banks, followed up with a drop kick, and Tyson Dux is scrambling, begging off in the corner. I never thought I'd say Tyson Dux cowardly backing off.
No, that's called regrouping. You get your facts right, Bob.
Well, sorry, I don't see things from a distorted viewpoint that you do. But right now I see Brent Banks is charging into the corner. Oh, and he hits a big clothesline on Dux.
A little surprised there. I thought he took a little too much time, but still nailed the clothesline in the corner.
Well, he's still shaking off the cobwebs from that. As you said, his ears are ringing. A little balance lost by Brent Banks. And I mean, I don't like this where Brent Banks is now showboating a little bit to the crowd. He should be focused on his opponent because Tyson Dux is not going to be taking any attention away from Brent Banks. Big power slam by Banks. Measuring. Hard knee, and I like the quick cover. Well, only a 2 count.
You could tell Tyson's a little bit laboring, trying to get his breath back. Maybe that knee did more damage than we thought.
Well, it could be, and Tyson Dux certainly has a great conditioning, but Brent Banks might have the edge there. If this match goes a long time, the endurance factor, I gotta say, goes to Banks. But this is not what you want to do. You do not want to get into a power contest against Tyson Dux.
Not normally, but I will say this. Seeing a little aggression coming out on Brent Banks there. It's a little something that I've never seen before.
Well, the Premier Championship on the line. He knows it. He knows how serious this match is. He knows what a major step this would be in his career. And so he's going to give it his all. I got to figure that is extra motivation for Brent Banks.
I'm kind of liking this side of coming out of Brent Banks. You know, anybody who knows, here we go, is the cover.
Oh, and taking a page out of Dukes' book, you see the elbow in the face of Dukes as he went for that cover. A little aggression, I got to say, I like to see that in Brent Banks. Still playing by the rules, still doing everything fairly, but giving Tyson Dux a little taste of his own medicine.
I'm liking it too. This is a side of Brent, and you know him well too, Bob. And Brent's a nice guy, and I like to see this little bit of vicious side come out of him because I think this is what he's been lacking.
Runs into a big boot, charges in the corner, did not pay off for Brent Banks that time. Tyson Dux whips him to the buckles. Brent Banks ducked the clothesline, got one of his own. It's not often you see Tyson Dux outsmarted. He did that time, and he's on the floor. Brent Banks in the ring. Maybe, well, I thought maybe Brent Banks is going to go for one of his patented, I think he does, aerial assaults, but sweep the leg, and Brent Banks went crashing hard to the apron.
And like we said earlier, and like you said earlier, that's the hardest part of the ring on that apron.
Yeah, that's not protected at all. In the corner where the wood hits wood, it's just painful to land on. I've actually fallen off the ring myself, hit the apron that way, and it is not pleasant.
Tyson Dux, the veteran that he is, he ducks in the ring and ducks back out, breaking the referee's count.
Breaks that count. Obviously, you cannot win the interim championship unless you are in the ring, get the pinfall or submission victory.
He's got something in mind here.
Oh, and Tyson Dux, they're battling out in the crowd there up the entrance ramp. I don't know what Dux is planning, but it does not look pleasant for Brent Banks. Oh! Wow, you can hear the impact as Tyson Dux hits a vertical suplex on the entrance stage, and that is completely uncovered. That is just hard wood, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Well, I don't know if this strategy might be backfiring on Dux. I don't think he wants Brent Banks to get counted out because, well, I don't know what would happen in this kind of situation. Would you win the belt on a count out? I'm not sure.
Well, seeing that I'm in charge here, I will make a decision when and if that happens.
Oh, yeah, and of course, it depends on the circumstances who got counted out, right?
Oh, here comes Brett.
Brent Banks knows how much is at stake here. It's at the 9 count. He's, wow, dives in, just barely beats the count.
Oh my goodness, just under the wire.
Yeah, out of the frying pan, right to the waiting arms of Tyson Dux. Big suplex.
Here's where the Cyborg turns it up here, ladies and gentlemen. This is where you're going to see the Cyborg really get into his zone.
And Tyson Dux, I've always said, he is like a shark. When he smells blood in the water, he is laser point accurate on punishing his opponent. And, just followed up with a big knee.
He's just going to pick apart Brent Banks right now until there's nothing left.
Yeah, and Tyson Dux, we talked about earlier, Brent Banks might be a little bit of showboating. You'll see none of that from Tyson Dux. As far as he's concerned, the crowd is not a factor whatsoever. He sees nothing but his opponent and has nothing in his mind but hurting his opponent. Ooh. Forearm smash. Brent Banks is on rubber legs in the corner. If not for those turnbuckles, I think he would have crumpled right to the mat. Tyson Dux just viciously assaulting Brent Banks in the corner.
He's just measuring Brent. There you go. He's just picking apart every body part he could find.
You're right. He's targeting every limb of Brent Banks, putting pain in every pain center in Brent Banks' body, and that is what Tyson Dux does so well. And here we go. The crowd getting behind Brent Banks. I mean,
there's one thing you can't do in this sport is show compassion, and Tyson Dux shows zero compassion for his opponents at all times.
No, he is just heartless, and he's got thought maybe he's setting up for his brainbuster, which he's beaten a number 2 count. He's beaten a number of opponents in that brainbuster, but just opted for a vertical suplex that time. Still wants to dole out a little more punishment, maybe. Oh, and he's, just look at that, driving the knee into the back of Brent Banks.
Looks like Tyson's sending a message here. I think he's saying that you may be the future Brent Banks, but I'm the present.
Oh, and he's got could be right. He's got a surfboard set up, but Brent Banks grabs a rope. Good ring presence by the youngster. And this also might be a signal that Tyson Dux is sending to Josh Alexander that, hey, you know, if he wins an interim championship, there might be a unification match down the road. And he's telling Josh Alexander, hey, this is what you avoided today, but you might be in store for in the near future.
Absolutely. Well,
Dukes,
man.
what a tactic. Just ripping the shirt off of Brent Banks. Not only a disrespectful move, but he did it to reduce any cushioning that shirt might have got for those vicious chops.
It is one of the most vicious and most. I mean, people see a lot of chops, but delivered by Tyson Dux, it is one of the most punishing blows anybody can deliver.
And it's just not only surface, that goes deep tissue impact. That hurts for days. And Tyson, look at that, the point of the knee right in between the shoulder blades of Brent Banks.
Wrenching back on the chin too, and just, you know, and going back to the chop, have you ever had air just leave your body, Bob, and not want to come back?
Absolutely. It's just like if you're slip and fall on the ice, the air just escapes your body. That's exactly what that chop does. Same type of impact. And right now, Brent Banks fighting his way out of there, struggling, but still not able to sustain that just because of the punishment he's taken so far.
And just a clubbing blow to the back there.
Well, you saw how he desperately fought out, but just couldn't keep that up. He was in too much pain, and Tyson Dux taking full advantage of that fact, knowing he's got his opponent hurting and setting him up for even more punishment. Got him up top, maybe setting him up for a superplex or something equally devastating. Oh, and Duke's going way up top. This is normally area for Brent Banks, and there he goes up. Wow. Oh, and he
not done.
Turned him over, held onto it, and rotated it over. No, Brent Banks. Oh, a heartbeat away. Brent Banks.
What a counter by Brent.
Absolutely counter. That could have been a brain buster, and that would have been it. That would have been the coup de grace, but no, Brent Banks, had the presence of mind to avoid that. Knows his opponent so well, knows the damage that brain buster can do. I've never seen anybody kick out of that move.
No, not at all.
That would have been the end of the dream of winning the interim Premier Championship for Brent Banks. He's still in the fight, folks.
As long as he can get to his feet, he's still in the fight.
Oh, and Tyson takes a tumble to the floor. And like a missile goes Brent Banks right into Tyson Dux. He's going up again. And this is the expertise that Brent Banks brings to this ring, folks, is the aerial moves, the speed, the quickness, and he is fired up.
There's that aggression coming out in Brent Banks again. Tyson,
like a rag doll, just gets rolled into the ring, and Brent Banks up top. Familiar territory? I don't know what you call that, but it was effective, and here we go. Oh, so close.
He was absolutely right. He didn't hook the leg.
Well, the ringside fan thinks he's a coach, but Brent Banks is taking a lot of punishment. Might not have the presence of mind to know to got to hook the leg. It's just at this point, it's trying to survive, fight, and pull out a win.
It is true. It's easy to call from here, but sometimes when you're in the middle of a match, in the heat of the moment, it's those little things that escape you.
Exactly. Well, that's kind of what you do on a day-to-day life, isn't it?
Well, what's your name again?
A big shot by Brent Banks, and he's maybe turned the tide of this match in his favor. Tyson Dux now perched up top of that turnbuckle. Almost lost his balance there. Brent Banks up top, setting up. Oh, could it be? Beautiful. Oh, no. Wow, the veteran Dukes rolled over that Hurricane off the top rope, used Brent Banks' momentum against him, but only two. Brent going for sliced bread. Nails it. We got a new champ.
Oh, my goodness, he kicked out.
Oh, so close. I thought we had a new champion right there.
Interim champion.
I stand corrected. But nonetheless, the gold would not be around the waist of TYSON DUX. And for Brent Banks, that's all that matters.
You know what? As this match progresses, I get more and more impressed with the intestinal fortitude of Brent Banks.
Well, how can you not? And these fans certainly have no doubts either. They have been on Brent Banks' side from the beginning of this match and continue that way. What a contest we have here. Brent Banks, TYSON DUX up top on the shoulders. Brent setting up. No, Dukes. Oh, the veteran grabs that ropes. Knows exactly where he is. Knows exactly how to stop Banks' momentum, and did so. But will it be enough? Duke spins him around. No, Banks floats over. Here we go. Oh!
This has got to be it. If TYSON can get over there and make the cover, this is it.
Did you see that? It was like a fisherman buster. Hooked that leg, clamped onto it, locked it, and dropped Banks running in the back of his head. But Duke has taken so much punishment. He's not in a position to make that cover. Taking a lot of time to get up and get over there. Well, both men groggy, both men struggling to get to their feet. It's like the end of Rocky II. Duke's up and measuring. He's up first. And he got him. Big chop, follows it up. No, runs into a forearm by Banks. Jarring move there, and a drop kick right to the back of the head. And the Cyborg is going at full speed right now. Sets up. Wow, this could be it. One. No, Banks gets his shoulder up.
I can't believe he kicked out of that.
What a heart that Brent Banks has got. What heart he's showing tonight. This is all the marbles on the line, folks, and Brent Banks is not going to quit, not going to give up, and refuses to get pinned.
I'll tell you one thing. This has been one hell of a match we've had so far for the interim championship.
You're absolutely right, capping off the night of amazing action already, and this match is just taking things to an entirely new level here at Epic Encounters. This truly is an epic encounter.
It is.
Banks
we finally agree on something, Bob.
Well, it's good that you finally have seen the light, Jimmy. And Brent Banks with a jaw jack, still the punishment he's taken, he's not able to capitalize on that.
Well, both men have taken an incredible amount of punishment.
Yeah,
just a matter of who can capitalize right now.
Yeah, neither man able to string together a sequence of moves that could be it for his opponent. They're so tired, they're so groggy. They've both gone through so much in this match. More to follow still as they're exchanging clubbing forearms in the middle of the ring. You can see the sweat flying from here.
A little surprised Brent's throwing right hands because he is a southpaw. There it is.
Whoa, and Duke's like a machine. Here we go, a chop by Banks, followed up with a
European uppercut.
Beautiful. And they're throwing, and both men giving it their all, throwing everything but the kitchen sink at one another.
That's one thing for sure. Both men are leaving it all in the ring right here.
Absolutely. There's I don't know if there's you can criticize either man's game here. The referee just ate a kick by Brent Banks.
Oh, hold on.
Wait, my broadcast colleague James Corderas is getting up. I mean, maybe going to check on the official. I'm not sure what exactly he's doing, but TYSON DUX is trying to wake up the official. Maybe he sees that Brent Banks is in a position, and yeah, there we go. James Cordero is checking on the official, maybe trying to give him some assistance, a fellow brother in stripes, so to speak. And Dukes, yep. So here we go, and where we go in the ring. Wait, TYSON DUX had a. I'm not sure. TYSON DUX had the cover. James Cordero still checking on the official. Wait, Brent Banks in the meantime has got TYSON set up. Whoa! What is this? Oh my God! What's this? James Cordero's calling for the bell. He just gave the deliberate hand in the wind to Brent Banks. Am I hallucinating?
And new interim Squared Circle Live Premier Champion, the All-Starter, BRENT Banks.
What's going on? James Corderas just screwed Tyson Dux. I thought those two were tight, and he just betrayed his man and interfered, took the referee out of play and counted the pinfall. I might say a fast pinfall count, and just awarded BRENT Banks the interim championship. What is going on here? And Tyson Dux asking for explanation, and James Corderas offering no explanation, James Corderas has just backstabbed Tyson Dux and his partner in crime, apparently BRENT Banks, the new interim premier champion.